Hello, my fellow broker community. My name is Mark Summers. I'm the president of AIM and want to welcome you to the weekly sales meeting. First off, before we get started here, just want to wish everyone a happy holidays, Merry Christmas, all the good stuff. It's been a long but fast year at the same time. It's crazy in this business how fast things go by, and we're already looking to the new year, which is right around the corner. So I just want to wish everyone a happy holiday. Thank you for everything you do. This community is great. Just want to wish everyone a happy holiday. And with that being said, with the new year right around the corner, 2021, it's coming. So let's start talking about expectations and goal setting. I think it's really, really important that we set proper goals and expectations going to 2021. As I've said, I really think 2021 is going to be a bigger, better year than this year. This year kind of snuck up on us at the beginning of the year. Rates were pretty good and things were going well. The pandemic hits, rates flip around. It's a big refi boom. Obviously, still focus on purchases. I've always said that. I really think that's the lifeblood of our businesses, and refis are gravy after that. But continue to, this year just was phenomenal, and 2021 is going to be better. So if you set the proper goals and expectations, I'm telling you, you're going to have a great 2021. So with this year wrapping up, you have to start asking yourself, are you setting proper expectations? Are you setting proper goals? I really think it's a kind of time where you take a look in the mirror and really make sure you're doing everything properly. So the more detailed you can get, the more that you can stick to it, you're going to have a great next year. And, so back-to-back years in this business like this is going to be phenomenal. So let's start talking about here real quick. I like to say, as I'm going through my goals and my goal setting, this is what I do. The one thing I've always said also as well about the mortgage broker businesses, there's 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 right ways to do this business. So I'm going to tell you what I do in terms of setting goals, what my mindset is, and then how and what I'm setting goals for. We'll toss over to Renee, do a quick legislative update, get everyone out of here for, getting ready for the holidays. So first off, when you're talking about setting a goal, number one is you have to be specific. What specifically are you setting for your goals? Okay. And I think the more details you can get on specifics, the more measurable they're going to be, and the more obtainable they're going to be. So be specific on the goals you're setting. Number two is make sure they're attainable goals. Okay. If you're someone who literally just wrote 50 deals a year, maybe that's a record year for you. Maybe it's 200 deals. It doesn't matter. But if all of a sudden you say, hey, I want to write 700 deals next year, it's not attainable. So it's really not a goal. It's just a number that you're putting out there. So as I said, make sure it's an attainable goal. Now, what else you have to do, once again, look at yourself in the mirror here and say, okay, if I wrote 75 deals this year, what else do I need to do to get it to 100? Maybe that's an attainable goal. That's where you have to look and say, okay, what's my stretch goal? Where can I become better? And have an attainable goal, not just something that you just keep continuing to do each year. Number three, which I think is really important here, and it sounds a little silly, but you have to put your goals in writing. Over the past, I've literally taped them up to the mirror in my bathroom, put them in my car, create screensavers on my computers and my phones with my goals, because if the more you see them, the more you're going to want to obtain them, because it's just ingrained into your head. If you just write down your goal or just think about a goal at the beginning of the year and then just leave it be, doesn't matter. It's really not a goal then. It's just something you thought about that day. Next is have a plan of action. Now, this is where, you're going to have to get down and dirty with this one, is have a plan. You're going to have to go through your processes, your technology, your system, your everything that you do, and make a plan to be able to obtain that goal. Remember, you just can't put numbers out there. You just can't say, I want to do this without a plan. How are you going to do it? Write it down. Get really detailed with it. Have some honest conversations with yourself about it and how you're going to create obtaining your goals. Next, the fifth one, which I think is one of the most important things, is make goals that motivate you. Okay? Make goals that make you want to obtain that goal. It sounds really silly, but sometimes it just gets a little scary if you all of a sudden set this goal that you can't obtain. It gets scary and then you don't want to do it. So I always have goals that motivate me, and if I see them every day, I'm writing them down. I know they're specific. I know they're obtainable. I have a plan of action. It motivates me to continue to get better and to stick with it. Okay, so now from my broker standpoint, how am I going and what am I going to obtain goals and set goals? Because I think you also have to set goals not only for yourself, but whether your employees, people around you, and set proper expectations. So number one is personal goals. Make sure you're setting personal goals. Now, I don't mean personal goals in terms of, okay, I closed 75 loans this year, I want to close 100. No, that's more on the business side. When I'm talking about personal, is how are you going to become a better person, whether it's physically, mentally, spiritually, whatever the case may be. I'm really big on those three things right there, that I'm always trying to become a better person every single day. I think that's more important. I think that's the foundation of everything, the human being, and not to get too corny here, but if you become a better person, I think everything else falls into line. So set your personal goals of how you're going to become better as a person. Next, now we're getting into the, where the rubber meets the pavement here is where you have to have business goals, okay? And you're going to have personal business goals. You're going to have business goals for your company, whether it's a one-man, two-man shop or 200 plus, it doesn't matter. You have to set your business goals and make sure they're obtainable goals, and make sure that at the end of the day, it makes everyone better, okay? So make sure you're setting your, number two is going to be your business goals, whether it's for yourself and for your company. And then third is you have to set goals for others, personal goals for others within your business. And what I mean by that is you're going to have conversations with everyone in your company that's going to help you achieve your goal. You got to make sure they're on the same page with you. For example, if you have someone who is retired and they just kind of do this on the side to help you, loan officer, assistant, process, or maybe write a deal or two here and there, at the end of the day, you can't put a lofty goal on them because they won't obtain it. Okay, it's not attainable for them. So make sure you're having conversations, and when you're setting goals for others, make sure that you're having conversations with them and trying to help them become better people and help them meet their stretch goals. I think it's vital. I always go back to sports and relate it to sports. You're not going to take the 12th guy off the bench to shoot a game-winning shot. You're going to take your best player, and those are the ones that have the higher goals. But everyone else has their goals too. You just have to figure out where it fits there. So from my standpoint, setting goals, there's three different things. As I've said, it's the personal side, it's the business side, and setting goals for others, which I think is extremely important here. So let's talk about the Brokers Are Better network. Spotlight this week is going to be on LeadPops. Now, LeadPops is great. I personally use them. Their customer service is through the roof. They created a phenomenal website for me, lead generation. So don't wait till 2021 to take advantage of the offer that we have here. So go to aimgroup.com, sign up. Listen, you have till January 1st to get $100 off the setup fee if you want to go with LeadPops. I highly recommend them. They've done great things for our community. So go visit our website, sign up. You get $100 off the setup. And LeadPops does a phenomenal job. Their customer service, the product itself is through the roof. Next, we've been getting a lot of questions on the holiday lock desk. So visit the Brokers Are Better network. We have a post going up where we did our best to try to show you everyone's lock hours and days that you can lock. Some are different, obviously, for various reasons. But check it out. And also, make sure you're setting proper expectations for your clients and their locks to make sure there's no confusion in there. But visit us on the Brokers Are Better network, and we have a post on there talking about the holiday lock. Also, another little special announcement: visit aimgroup.com and go to our AIM store. We have a 20% discount off there. It's only for the next few days. It ends on the 25th, so make sure you go get all of the great Brokers Are Better and AIM apparel that you can possibly get your hands on. It's a 20% discount. So if you use the code AIM20, you get 20% off. That's AIME 20. Get your 20% off. Let's clear that store out. I love walking around, seeing the Brokers Are Better network shirts just in various places. Obviously, I travel a little bit, and I love just seeing them in various places. So the better we can spread the word, listen, the better we become. So just once again want to wish everyone a happy holiday here. I'm going to toss it to Renee here in a second. Once he's done, I'm going to do a quick legislative update. As I said, get you guys out of here. Wish everyone a happy holiday. So I'm going to toss it over to Renee, who always does a great job spinning goals and expectations around. So Renee, take it away.
Thanks so much, guys. All right. I got to admit, I am sick and tired of saying, wait for the new year. Oh, this is going to be a new year. 2021 is going to be amazing. Well, I've got news for you. 2021 is going to be not any different. And here's why. Because there's nothing magical about a year switching from a 0 to a 1. There's nothing magical about starting on a Monday. We need to all understand that the magic is in our ability to make new decisions, change our behavior to create new results. Now, if the year transition symbolically means something for you to do that, great. One time a year. Great. One time a week. But you have to understand, and I think we all have to understand, this is something I'm very, very passionate about. So I apologize ahead of time because I want us all to have the best years, the best months, and the best days of our lives every single day. The great and late Jim Rohn taught me one of the best lessons when he said, Renee, it's not about what happens to you in life. Now, hold on, don't finish my sentences. Most people say, well, it's about what we do about what happens. He said, no, it's not what it is. It's not about what happens in life, because what happens to everyone. 2020 happened to all of us. The sun rose for all of us. It's going to fall for all of us. When it snows for all of us. So it's not about what happens, because what happens to everyone. It's about what we do about what happens, but more importantly, what we need to start doing, because all of this what happens stuff is going to happen next year and maybe in a different form, that's called life. So we have to start doing new things with the same circumstances. Well, maybe I'll start saving money when I earn more money. No, we need to start saving money now. Well, maybe I'll be a nice guy when they're a nice guy. No, we need to start being a nice guy now. And so you have to start thinking about all of the circumstances in life that maybe if you find yourself waiting for a circumstance to change, for you to change, you might want to rethink that philosophy. We have to be able to start making the changes regardless of the circumstances. And so 2021 is not going to be any different. It will only be different if you are different. And here's the thing. Every single year is going to be full of ups and it's going to be full of downs. That is part of the contrast of life. That's what gives it meaning. That's what makes it special. When I experience loss, it allows me to experience the things to enjoy the things that I have. When I have pain, it allows me to enjoy the relief of that. All of these things are about contrast. And so those contrasting features are the things that allow us to really, truly enjoy the life that we have. So learn to embrace them. Learn to embrace them and what they do for you, what they cause you to learn, and what they cause you to appreciate. Yes, 2020 was a hard year for a lot of people. If you're watching this video, it probably wasn't that hard for you, financially and business-wise. Now, from a family perspective, there's been a lot of loss of life, and God rest all their souls. And guess what? In 2021, 2022, 2023, there's going to be changes. There's going to be loss of life. There's going to be all sorts of things that happen. We need to learn to do new things with the same circumstances. And so as we start thinking about this new year that's right around the corner, I'm going to ask you, what new things are you going to do with the same exact circumstances? Assume nothing changes. What are you going to do? I'll tell you, for me, this is the lesson that got me through 2020 and the changes. In March, I lost my entire business. You've heard me talk about it. And what happened? All my philosophies came back to mind saying, okay, what do we do? Still have to add value. Okay, we're going to do that. How we add value is changing. So let me understand what a studio looks like. I remember calling Nicole and us brainstorming, how do we look HD? Can we get an HD image across a webcam? She'll recall the first sales calls, the first weekly sales meetings, I was on a webcam and I would start freezing in the middle of it, right? Because the internet connection. And Anthony and Nicole would make fun of me because I didn't have the internet connection. So I had to run a 150-foot wire just to get connected. And then DSLR cameras and all that stuff to be able to adapt to these circumstances. I still hear it. Well, I'm zoomed out. Oh, Zoom fatigue. Well, I'm over it. Well, guess what? It's not going anywhere. If you're Zoom fatigued, that just means you're boring. We don't get bored watching a great movie. Yes, if you were to force me to watch a horrible movie with bad audio and bad lighting, I would be fatigued as well. So if you're fatigued, don't start blaming Zoom. Learn how to be more engaging in this environment. So this opportunity for this new year, yes, it is an amazing excuse to start making new changes. Great study says that 70% of all New Year's resolutions are abandoned by February 1st. So is it the best time to wait? What if you started today, just out of principle, to say, you know what? Forget the new year. Forget all that stuff. What if I started today? What would that mean? Well, in your business, you'd have a week to a week and a half head start on most people. So I challenge you, again, don't wait for the circumstances to change. What are you going to do? What new changes are you going to make with the same exact circumstances? Because 2021 is not some magical year. Monday isn't some magical day. The magic lies in your ability to make new decisions to create new results. So I hope to see you here every single week here in 2021 for our weekly sales meeting. And as always, I will ask you, how productive were you this week? You putting a number in that box that you're proud of? Or did you make more excuses? Only you know the answer. My hope is that you had an amazingly productive week. And my also hope is that you have an amazing holiday surrounded by friends and family, and enjoy the fruits that this year has brought you, and get ready to start planting some big seeds to make 2021 your best year yet, regardless of what happens. Back to you, Philly.
Wow, thanks, Renee. Another amazing job that you've done. Appreciate you. I know our members get a lot from you. You always have a great spin on things. So thank you. And obviously, Renee, from myself and from AIM, we wish you a happy holiday. So, hey, let's wrap up this weekly sales meeting with a quick legislative update. It's hitting news pretty hard lately, which is Congress has approved a $900 billion coronavirus relief package. Now, with that being said, there was a lot of bickering going back and forth, but listen, there's need for Americans in this global pandemic. So right now it's designed to give individuals and families $600 of relief. But at the end of the day, there's $25 billion going into rental assistance to stop evictions and whatnot. So listen, they're trying. The goal was to have our current president, Donald Trump, pass this bill this week. As of recently, there's a lot in the media saying that he may not do this. At the end of the day, I just hope all sides can get together to give relief to Americans. It's needed during this time. If you look at, personally, my state, restaurants are shut down. A lot of things are shut down. High schools are shut down. But listen, at the end of the day, they need relief. So hopefully they can come together, sign a package to get relief to everyone. But I do have a promise to you, which is AIM will always be monitoring you on exactly what's going on. And as we have more updates, we'll make sure that we get them to you. Little personal request here, as I know that the AIM staff itself has created many great relationships with many of you members out there, and they just wanted me to relay through me to you to wish you a happy holidays. If we could get on the phone and call everyone ourselves, we would, but myself, the AIM staff, Katie Sweeney, our executive vice president, listen, we all want to wish everyone a happy holiday. It was a great 2020. 2021 is going to be better, but just thank you for 2020. Hope everyone enjoys their family, gets a little bit of relaxation, and gets ready to crush it next year. So my name is Mark Summers. I'm the president of AIM, and just want to thank you for joining us on another weekly sales meeting. Have a great day.